Welcome to you, sir. I am so excited. I have not done this before.
Well, I think you're in for a treat. What better way to go up to Inverness? You fall asleep in one of the busiest terminuses in London, and you wake up with the rolling, snowy hills of Scotland.
It's deeply romantic, and I'm glad I'm with you, but I sort of wish I was with my girlfriend.
Well, you can actually get a double bed on this train.
Really?
Yeah. So drop our bags, then we'll go to the bar.
Oh, Francis, I knew we'd get on. I knew we'd get on.
I'm Francis Bourgeois, and I love trains. Oh my God, I've got a soot in my mouth. I've roped in my petrol-head pal, Chris Harris, for an epic project.
That's impressive.
Rescuing a dilapidated locomotive. This isn't a quick fix.
No shit, Sherlock. Look at the size of it.
Francis hooked me with engineering,
That is the coolest speedometer ever fitted to a machine. Look at that.
then blew me away with weapons-grade enthusiasm.
Nice one, Danny.
And I'm all in for a restoration race against time.
She just rolls beautifully.
Yeah, 7 tons. We've just 6 months to fix this loco to replace her failing sister.
We have to get this locomotive ready for when she needs to come off. It's a race against time.
Yes, this is British industry. My dream is to see her back on the railway. I feel like an infant reattaching to its mother's teat.
Mine
I can live vicariously through you.
is to witness that moment.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Do you have a preference, top or bottom? I'll go on top.
Oh, bunk. Bottom really. Is that all
That's
right?
fine, yeah. Normally, Chris and I travel separately to Scotland. But today, I want him to experience the sleeper.
It's cosy, isn't it? All the facilities you need. It reminds me of school as well. I love bunk beds. This looks like the new controls for the Ferrari electric, the Elite, the Luce.
It will be a great way to bolster his growing enthusiasm for the railway.
Maybe I'll sleep well. So what about you? Do you count locomotives like sheep or not?
I've tried to remember all of the names of the Class 50s from the first one to the last.
Did it send you to sleep or just your friends?
It helps along to kind of just have that kind of rhythm, I suppose.
It was quite cosy. We have to have a sort of undressing strategy. Someone will have to go first because it could get a bit physical.
There's also a fudge we can share later.
I mean, this is just, it's like being on a film set.
Yeah.
I love it. Feels like stuff's going to happen. Is there going to be a murder? Is someone going to get lost? Someone going to jump off? Someone going to go missing?
Welcome to the bar car.
Look at this. This is civilised, this is.
Before resuming work at Bourgeois, I'm taking Chris on a very special trip.
Francis, where have trains been all my life?
While we sleep, we'll travel over 500 miles to Inverness. From there, we will take another train to Kyle of Lochouch, over a line 025 once ran. And one very poignant to me. I'd like to bring you to the Kyle line. And in doing so, I'm introducing you to a bit of my family history. My great-great-uncle saved the Kyle line from closure. It's something that I feel very proud of. So I wanted to set this up for you. I wanted to contextualise it and show how beautiful it is.
Thank you. I can't wait for it. It's a real treat.
Good evening, gents.
Go.
What do you fancy this evening?
I'd like a single malt, please.
No problem at all.
Make that 2.
Oh, get in there.
Knocking back a Scottish whiskey is a great way to start a trip to Scotland.
So what we do is a little bit of water, takes that alcohol hit away from you. Good whiskey glass as well. That's a nice whiskey glass. Is that not just fabulous?
Cheers, Chris.
That's been in a cask for 5 years minimum, I'd have thought.
Yeah, I'm feeling it in my toes.
Oh.
Going to be a bit tricky to maintain.
Does it hit you that quickly, does it?
Oh, and we're away.
Drinking whiskey as we leave.
Did you know? Did you know? The whiskey's touching my brain. I imagine there might be... Oh, come on.
Come on. You've had literally a thimble full of it.
I can't string a sentence together
You
now.
can. You're absolutely fine.
This is a very, very bad influence, Chris.
We're coming up to Wembley Yard, a railway enthusiast's paradise. A great opportunity to divert Chris's enthusiasm from whiskey to locomotives.
Now, this is a game we can play. See how many locos you can spot.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God.
37218.
What's so
66 715. I missed all of those 90s because I saw the 37.
What, you can spot these by the way they look.
028's there. Oh! I heard the 66. I knew we were next to one.
Even I heard something.
Suddenly just tune into it.
It's time for us to hit the hay.
I think we're around Stafford now.
With the soundtrack of the West Coast Main Line underneath us.
We're in. Prizes, what are you doing?
Fudge.
The following morning, while Chris and I still slumber, the Bowness Heritage Railway is coming to life.
We've been allowed to take our trip because today there are more than enough volunteers at the depot.
Cliff is overseeing preparations for another coat of paint.
It's nice to muck in and do my little bit.
Today, in terms of the locomotive 425, we've got brake parts to put together.
Brake blocks hang on to these. I'm about to change the bushes on quite a few of them.
Hundreds of small parts that we need to clean up, make sure they're fit for purpose. If it still works, we use it. Still got parts of the bogie still to get together.
025 is currently sitting on temporary accommodation bogies, while work continues on the actual ones.
That's where that spanner holster, the half-inch spanner is.
Stuart and Alistair are preparing the traction motors that will ultimately drive the wheels, while Guy ensures all contact surfaces are clean and rust-free.
Let's do this first, Guy.
A copper-based grease is added to the surfaces which will have contact with the motors to avoid them rusting together in the future. Helping to fit these motors is our job when we return to the depot tomorrow.
Wow. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Wowzers.
It's just like it's the Polar Express.
10 hours into our journey and 130 miles north of Bowness, we're closing in on Inverness.
So this is the Highland Main Line, and it's otherwise known as going up the middle.
Is it?
And a notable point of the Highland Main Line is Dromocta Summit, the highest point of the main line in the UK.
How high is it?
Can't remember. I can't remember.
You've let yourself down? You've let the television show down?
I know. All right.
You're fallible.
Okay, I think it's 1,400 and something feet.
1,516. Oh. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not up to your usual high standards. Would you rather be doing this or stood at an airport?
One of my favourite railway memories is on this bridge. I had 37403, came onto full power, and it was just wide open on this bridge, and I was right behind it.
So that's like me seeing Senna go through Cops flat in a FW14 or something, isn't it?
Whilst being right behind him.
Yeah. Thank you, boss.
Right on time, we pull into Inverness station. Here we'll board another train that will take us onto the Carl line.
Right. Oh, she's fresh.
No sooner do we get off.
HST? Is that the best looking British train? Will there be red lights?
Yeah.
I do believe Chris has hit an enthusiast milestone. He's getting excited about seeing a train and he's filming it.
Yes, red lights!
Across the track is something equally exciting.
This wall and everything behind it, these windows, do you know what it is?
No.
The home of 025. What 025 was named after.
Was named after this?
Yeah.
The initials TMD in the loco's name stands for Traction Maintenance Depot, a building out of which she operated and was maintained.
Not disrespectful, but to be named after a shed. We normally get named after a mystical beast.
I'd like to see it the other way. I think you're being named after a palace, for example.
Ah, so this, for you, is Versailles.
Blenheim.
Blenheim, I like it.
Before boarding our train to Kyle, we have just enough time to check out the Class 66 that hauled us here.
I believe it's a winner.
What does that mean?
I haven't had it before.
Oh, a winner means it's new.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ooh, 739. I haven't had this
you
one.
have a good look up and down it. The Bluebell Railway.
But this would have been cast where we cast the nameplate of Inverness TMD.
It would have, wouldn't it?
It's a two-stroke V12 and it's pro-charged. There's a blower that makes up for the lag of the turbo, and that's what you can hear, the yay, 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 yay. That's the blower.
Is there any limit to this man's sound effects repertoire?
Sitting readily on the other side of Inverness Station is our Class 158 to Kyle of Lochouch.
Right. Ah, nice and toasty. Right, double buzz, here we go.
We'll be tracing the route of 025's former working day across the beautiful Highlands. And to keep the excitement levels high for Chris,
Remember when I sent you the picture of that Astra GTE?
Yes, was that here?
It was in this car park.
Oh wow, is it still there?
It might be. This is a beautiful swing bridge.
I like a swing bridge.
When we go onto the swing bridge, it will go dum dum. Oh. But isn't this just lovely?
I have to say, with the snow caps in the background, it's gorgeous.
That's the far north line. This is now the Kyle line, my favourite stretch of railway in the UK.
Chris and I are on our way to Kyle of Lochouch on a line once worked consistently by our locomotive, 025.
Can you see how it's quite well suited to terrain like this? Its hardiness, its kind of thick skin.
They're toughies, aren't they?
They're powerful, they're resilient, and with a good light on the front to check there aren't any fallen trees. This is what they were made for.
Between 1982 and 1998, 025 worked this line almost daily, battling harsh weather and steep gradients. But the most significant battle faced on this line was over a decade prior, involving an ancestor of mine.
It's beggars belief to think that this line was once under threat.
In the 1960s, around 4,000 miles of UK railways were shut in an attempt to save money. This line only survived through subsidies, and by the 1970s, it was under threat again when the government proposed closing it and replacing it with a bus service.
That's where Uncle Torquil really got going. He went back and forth between the West Highlands and the House of Commons, and he campaigned hard to keep this line open. He knew how important it was to his community. He needed to prove that the alternative, which was the bus, wasn't up to scratch, so that if the line were to close, people would be worse off for it.
Buses stranded in snowdrifts, clogged routes during the summer, road journey times far exceeding that of the train. Torquil's findings solidified the importance of the railway.
It was the 31st of July, 1974, and thankfully since then, this line has carried passengers and kept the communities in the West Highlands connected. Going on this line, it just feels like I'm just touching something that's in my spirit, and it just feels very special.
I think what this represents is a reminder of the journey to somewhere as being powerful. There's a place in Cornwall matters enormously to me. My father passed away there. My mother's ashes are scattered there. I have a connection to it like you have with this place.
Yeah.
The drive there isn't that special, but the moment I set off on that journey, there's something there, and I sense that with you.
Yeah.
Just so happens that your special journey happens to be one of the most beautiful I've ever seen.
We may not be in Bowness, but here my thoughts are of 025.
And the fact that we're working on a locomotive that works most frequently between Inverness and Kyle of Lochoush. When we're cutting away and when we're painting the locomotive, we're not only contacting it physically, but also everything that the locomotive has done on this line too. That's why I want to bring them together.
You do.
To get 025 on this track, a journey, a moving tour.
Bringing 025 back here wouldn't be solely for my pleasure. Countless other diesel fans would love to be aboard a train pulled by her along this line. Taking a loco out on tour is very much part of the culture at Bowness. It's a great way for the group to make some money, while at the same time allowing railway enthusiasts to enjoy a trip on the main line in 60 to 70-year-old coaches.
This will be what will be the kitchen, with a bit of luck.
This morning, 025 has a companion in the shape of a coach that's being refitted for use on such tours.
It's in the process of having everything put back together and the lights back in. The boiler for this is 60 years old. It works very well, mainly for this. So this is for teas, coffees, etc. But you need a lot of water. You could have 200-300 cups of tea an hour.
Today I've been working on fitting central door locking to some of our Mark I fleet. There's new regulations that have come into force that say they've got to be centrally controlled with electric or pneumatic locks so that the guard can open and lock the doors on the whole train from a single panel.
Over the past few years, 403 has been hauling tours out of Bowness. But she's due a major refurbishment, and with the touring season beginning in 8 weeks, it's imperative 025's overhaul is completed quickly so she can assume the mantle of chief hauler.
My parents did stop me, but on the Bakerloo line I used to lick the window. So that's on a 158.
You've thinned out a lot.
And then that's taken from the other side. I mean, you can see where the enthusiasm started, really.
2.5 hours out of Inverness, we arrive at Kyle of Lochoush. And what a location.
It's beautiful. Oh, absolutely gorgeous.
Just across the water is the Isle of Skye.
Hi. Hello. Yeah.
As I'm soaking in the Highland air, a local face calls out.
You know Torquil?
I knew them, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was Torquil like?
He liked his whiskey.
Did he?
I like his pipes, playing the pipes.
Oh, I want to meet the man.
His hair was slightly longer than yours, but he looks like you.
Ah, well, thank you for that insight into my great-great-uncle.
this vision of Uncle Torquil smashing back 4 large whiskies.
Nice museum here that kind of contextualises the Kyle line.
Wow.
A small museum is part of the station.
Didn't realise this was here.
114, is this known to you?
I haven't had much experience with 114. Looks exactly like
it does, good livery.
025.
A good livery. So this is what your great-great-uncle was campaigning against?
That's right. Rail closure proposal.
So what they're saying is, you lot are too expensive and you're not worth it. They then try and sell us the bus service underneath.
But it's all bullshit, really. Uncle Torquil proved the buses took far longer than the trains.
So Torquil took that document and told them to shove it, really, didn't he?
Yep.
Torquil lived in the Highlands all of his life and died in 1978. At the end of the line, there's something emblematic of his achievements.
Thanks to Torquil, we're now looking at the buffers. I think I could take a bit of this home with me.
Not really, no. It's like taking coral from the Seychelles, you shouldn't.
If they were ever called into action, I honestly think a set of twiglets would be more useful than those.
Oh, come on. I'm having a moment here, Chris.
Do you want to clean up or?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
You know, all I'm thinking of now, Chris, is 025, a couple of metres away from the buffers. And we've worked so hard so far on 025. Admittedly, not as hard as Stuart or those at SRPS who have worked tirelessly, but I think we can get it here. And I think it's a good way to signify its return. Well, thank you for coming along on this journey. I hope this paints the picture for you as to why I want to bring 025 here.
I like the fact that it's a journey for you. And this is not meant to garner any kind of sympathy, but I don't know where I came from. I've no idea. I don't have any stories to tell. So to be involved in your story and to know that you feel this depth of connection to something, I love it. I can live vicariously through you, which I really like. Let's get this train here somehow. I don't think we've succeeded unless we get this train here.
Do you remember the overalls we wore for our nameplate casting?
Yes.
I miss them more than I miss Froobs.
They were cosy, weren't they? It was like a romper suit.
The morning after our trip to Kyle, we're back at Bowness, where the team is already fitting traction motors to the bogies.
Hi, Guy.
Good. Hello, guys.
How's it going?
How you doing? How you
Good to
doing?
see you.
Chris, how you doing?
Is it traction motor time?
Yes, it is. Got a few final tweaks to do.
Have these been completely rebuilt?
We have stripped them back down, cleaned and put them back together again. They're 65 years old, so some of them are better than others. But yeah, this block is the original. These are the originals.
It's fantastic.
They're huge.
Well,
big beasts.
In other news, Guy, I've taken Chris to Kyle.
All right.
You know, to celebrate the return of 025, I wanted to bring it back to its old stomping ground as a rail tour. 025 to Kyle, that is a basher's dream, right?
I agree that is quite beastly.
That's not a phrase that should be used outside of this building,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There's a whole kind of jigsaw to get the train up to Kyle and back again. Well, you know, we are talking many tens of thousands of pounds.
Blimey. This is a big selling point. I've seen people follow him through towns.
For free.
There is that.
But the attraction is that.
Let me look at some numbers, talk to some guys as well. Leave it with me, okay?
I'm going to be praying to the railway lords now. Oh, Nigel Gresley. Oh, so Oliver Bulleid. Please let this tour happen to Kyle.
I'm going to have to manage your expectations, I think.
Nothing new there.
Right, what are we doing now? Come on, let's do some work.
Yes, traction motors.
Yes, please. Right, these are magnificent. Look at the size of them. Did you just slap it?
I did.
Like a bottom?
Yeah, just
I mean, it's unyielding, isn't it? It's very heavy. 2.5 tons.
Yeah.
This morning,
we will be helping the team install traction motors to the bogies. These will turn the wheels of 025.
When 403 erupts into life outside, we're reminded of the core of the Class 37's tractive effort. Its huge V12 diesel engine.
Unlike V12s in cars that quite satisfyingly connect directly to the wheels in one way or another, the V12 in the Class 37 supplies a shaft through into a generator, which then creates electricity that comes through these cables. We're talking about thousands of amps through here. And the traction motors supply the torque to the axles.
The electric motors in cars are rated at having more power than this.
Yeah.
They're about that big.
The torque figures are vastly different.
Yes.
A punchy electric car could deliver 400 pounds-feet of torque. Each of these generates just over 8,000. And a Class 37 locomotive has 6 of these traction motors, 1 on each axle.
Right. How can we be of assistance, Stuart?
Fit this traction motor, that's the next job. Crane's
Are we
outside
mounting
up.
it to this axle?
Yep.
Okay.
Feeling confident, I volunteer to operate the crane.
That didn't go to plan.
Not quite.
There she goes. There she goes. With the motor off the ground, it's all hands on deck to push the bogie to the motor.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Back there, I reckon.
Yeah.
Happy with that. There's one thing we have to do before we drop it down. See the grease nipple there? So that needs to be accessible because every so many thousand miles you have to grease them.
But this is the axle itself, or is the axle through?
The axle's inside there.
Inside there?
Yeah.
That's the thing I didn't know.
And the motor clamps onto the suspension tube so that the axle can rotate within it.
Inside are bearings that can be lubricated via the grease nipple.
So why is it called the suspension tube?
Because it suspends the motor.
Right, so it's nothing to do with the suspension itself?
No.
Unlocking all of this engineering knowledge thanks to you, Stuart. Thank you.
Crane operator Francis has the tricky job of marrying the drive gear of the motor to the drive gear of the axle.
Just the sense of responsibility.
You've got your concerned face.
You're meant to be looking, Chris.
Sorry.
This is very good work, man. Very good work. Go on, go a bit low. Go a bit low. That's in now. Those are now perfectly aligned.
Oh, great job. Thank you, Chris. Whew.
We are literally making a train. Sorry, a locomotive.
Well, I think that's one step backward in Chris's path to fully fledged basher. Even though it hasn't been secured, Stuart assures us that we can leave our traction motor safely for an hour or so, while I enlighten Chris further on electric torque.
I know I've done a lot of whiteboard explanations, but we can see it here in practice.
Railway teaching aids don't come finer than our very own Wee Inver.
It was a great demo tool on braking, but I didn't see this.
In case of emergency, get off and run fast. Is this a joke to yourself, or or was I not supposed to see that?
There are little wee details on Wee Inver.
When it comes to the principles of laying down power, Wee Inver replicates 025 nicely, but in miniature.
Generator.
Yeah.
420cc.
Yeah.
6,000 watts.
That's quite good power.
It feeds through into the traction motor, which is 3 horsepower.
Not bad, actually.
Wee Inver's little traction motor quickly gets us going onto the heritage line.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go for 20. Go for 20. There she goes.
Considering how heavy we are and how small Wee Inver is, the excellent torque supplied by the traction motor gets us moving quickly.
That's the beauty of electric torque, isn't it?
Yep, being supplied by the generator.
This feels like about 50. Oh my God, it's a viaduct.
Oh, look at this! Wow!
Hummus is just amazing.
You load up heavily, don't you?
I'm not a man of half dunks. At nearby Birkhill Station, we stop for a light bite. How do traction motors sit with you at the minute, and kind of how they integrate with the engine?
I get it.
Yeah.
But it still seems an odd solution because you've got this hugely capable internal combustion engine that feels like it should just drive the wheels. If you're from the car world, you don't understand why you need to have this thing that generates electricity that then transmits that to a motor that then drives the wheels. It seems like a needless complication.
With the railway, the most critical point is getting going, getting started.
Yeah.
Torque, yes. So if you can imagine a diesel engine with 2,000 tonnes behind it, it's waiting at a signal, waiting to get the green. That kind of moment when they need to put the power down requires the most amount of tractive effort, aka torque. And the Class 37 at its maximum can deliver 55,000 pounds-feet of tractive effort or torque. Can you imagine a gearbox that could cope with that level of torque?
It's a very, very good point. Or a clutch plate.
Or a clutch.
Yeah.
It's that electric torque that allows a Class 37 to shift 2,000 tonnes of coal without breaking a sweat. Diesel electric is such an efficient way of driving the wheels. The most important thing is maintaining the lubrication between the gears, from the traction motor to the axle.
And that's why they're covered in this very heavy grease, aren't they?
Before we start work again, there's just enough time for me to show Chris what happens when that lubrication isn't maintained and metal-on-metal friction begins.
That's all gear sound, is it? Sounds like an underground train.
One of my favourite recordings is of a Class 455 in such condition.
That's unbearably noisy.
All the windows down, and I'm there just having an absolute riot.
How fast is that going now?
About 75.
It can't go like that for long without buzzing a gear cog, can it?
But do you know what's lovely? I can hear sounds of the Class 455s in the Class 37s, because not only do you have the lovely engine noises,
that gear sound,
a bit of the gear sound as well, like a nice bit of gravy on a Sunday roast, just finishes it off nicely. I made a recording of such a Sunday roast and gravy moment at Bourgeois when I was behind 403. You can hear the thrash, but can you hear the... Yeah, then it... That sound shouldn't really be as audible as that.
Is it not?
That's why 403 is coming in for a big refresh. Oh, and I just remembered.
What are they shouting?
Sing to Daddy.
Are they in relationships or?
Yeah.
What did they say to other halves then?
Maybe the same thing.
Lunch break is over, and that traction motor we left needs our attention.
So should we get the caps on now?
Yeah, you can do that now.
Oh! The caps secure the motor to the suspension tube at around 40 kilos each. They're not light. I think that might have been the manliest thing I've done so far, this whole restoration process.
The bolts to attach them are pretty masculine too.
Oh, wow!
Okay. Don't get that in the car world. With the help of a beer crate, the first cap is moved into position. Need to get underneath here.
Yeah.
Articulate it. And this is where the fun starts. You've got to break your fingers all over this house. That hurt. Stuart?
Yeah?
This is a hideous job. Doesn't quite go on, does it? Time for Stuart to apply some brute force. That's much better.
Well done.
Skills. Like I said, I tried.
Right, that's not going to fall off.
Nope. With one appropriately named tool, all the bolts on the cap are tightened. Good back position, I like it.
Now it's my turn to attach the other cap.
Try that. Push up your leg.
Come on, you bastard!
Right, need the hammer. It's draining.
Just for reference, I wasn't calling you a bastard.
No, don't mind at
I
all.
was calling the cap.
I also never thought I'd been in a position where I fed this between your legs.
Right, we're going to go again.
And I might come in with the hammer.
I can splay my legs a little bit more.
I can't hammer between your legs. I've got Amy to think about in your future lives together. Okay. No, I can't see it.
Yep.
Literally can't. Where is it? There?
There, go. Yeah.
I'm in.
Where's the nut?
Oh, I think we're cooking now. With one bolt of this cap done, the rest go on easily.
Lastly, every bolt is torqued to spec, requiring a handsome bit of leverage.
Come on, big guy. I want to see this vein come out here. This one here. Go. Oh, yes. Come on, big guy.
An audible click says they're done.
Yes, crack.
I can't believe we just did that, Chris.
We have just installed a traction motor into a bogie. Have you ever done that before?
Well, no.
Did you think you'd do that?
No. Probably one of the most satisfying jobs we've done.
The most, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, this now resembles something that might work.
Indeed.
That was satisfying.
Before basking too much in our glory, we're summoned by Guy to the bothy. We'll hopefully find out if the trip to Kyle is on or not. When the restoration of 025 is complete, its main job will be to haul coaches on tours across Scotland. I have proposed a tour to Kyle, but will Guy agree to it?
Guy, you called us over.
Yes, so remember the earlier conversation about Kyle of Lachaush?
Yes.
Good news is there is a path up to Kyle. What do I mean by a path? I mean the timetable that it will allow us to get through so we can... There's lots of single track. The whole entire railway from Inverness to Kyle is single track. At one point we're going to be passing the train from Inverness that's going down to London. We really don't want to hold that up.
No.
Okay? We hold that up by 3 minutes. That delay across the rest of the country could be hundreds of minutes. Okay? Because that train is then late into Edinburgh. Trains around Edinburgh get delayed, trying to let it in. Then it will delay trains in Newcastle, York, all the way into London. So that actually is a massive risk for running any rail tour.
Would you get billed?
Yeah, absolutely.
About 80 quid per minute, isn't it?
Yeah, something like 50 to 80 pound a minute delay.
Do we want to be doing this?
Well,
let's not get too downbeat about it, okay?
Recounting the rugged outline of Scotland,
That's Kyle.
I proceed to draw a map so that Guy can explain the path our tour could take.
Stirling. So on day one, we'd leave Bo'ness.
Because of the distances, he proposes a 2-day trip with an overnight in Inverness and a return leg on the east coast.
That's 627 operational miles. I've got the total cost of the fuel up at £8,000. And you've got 2 locomotives. You've got 025 at the front, so we'd have an insurance locomotive on the back.
The bashers would rather it be 025 solo because then it's more pure in a way.
Too risky. Too risky now from a financial point of view. Because if we delay that Inverness-London train, as I just explained, in terms of other kind of costs, the driver costs, there's the network rail planning costs, interior cleans, 1.5 hours per carriage at £20 an hour because we get contractors in. So you've got CET, so that's emptying the toilets. All the carriages have toilets that we need to empty.
Yeah, I'd say that we would help, but probably not. There's feeling like a lot of reasons not to do this. What are the positive aspects of this?
025 to Kyle.
Passion.
Why would we let all these things get in the way of?
You were sitting here going, well, that's not going to work, that's not going to work, that's too expensive, and then you both give it the childish, but it's 025.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for the one reason why we can, not the 20 reasons why we cannot. Okay.
What's the other side we've got? We've got him. We've got a train rock star. There's only one in the world, and you've got 025, and you've got this line. Can't we think of doing something?
We do have some nice carriages, so they do attract a premium, and first class with dining, and we've got all the standard class with all the, what we call the cranks.
You a crank, or are you a...
He's definitely a crank. Absolutely no doubt it's a crank. It's not even worth debating or discussing. But I think base it on a kind of price of 400 to 500 for first class, 250-ish for standard class.
Can you just get more first class carriages and get rid of the crank carriages?
Definitely not. No. Then you're into timing. We already know there's really only one date available, and that's 7 or 8 weeks' time, because there's so many tours going up to Kyle of Lacalche. So there's only a few weekends a year when it's actually available for us on a Saturday. And that is probably more so than the cost is going to be the kind of killer argument here. It's literally timing. It's not if we can do it, it's when we can do it.
So what you're saying is that you don't think it's possible to get to Kyle?
I hate to say this, but I just think it's going to be incredibly difficult to do that. You know, as a potential plan B, we've got a tour to Fort William. That tour is also the last time that 37403 will be on the main line before we have to withdraw it. That this will be its swan song.
Could you do 403 and 025 together?
Yes, potentially.
The passing of the baton, perhaps?
Yeah. And they would be together at the front. But I think that's your best move. If you want to get to Kyle, train to Fort William, a wee wander over Ben Nevis, and then down the other side, and you're nearly there.
Have them both break down on the same day, that'd be good.
Oh, you're just a laugh a minute, you are. But yeah, I think we could make it work, Francis.
I'll just need to speak to my ancestors and apologise that we're not going to Kyle of Lacalche.
Could they walk over Ben Nevis and down?
Well, they're dead.
Oh, that's maybe a bit of an issue.
A trip to Fort William would still be marvellous. We just need to make sure it happens.
Instagram, now.
Can you film a video for me, Guy?
I'll do my best.
Ensuring bums on seats, I'm keen to do a call out to my social media.
I feel like Amy all of a sudden.
Oh yes. She usually wears a lovely soft scarf that she cleans the lens with before filming.
I can't give you that.
Wouldn't mind. Hello everyone. You can get Chris in as well. If you haven't ever considered travelling on a heritage train journey before, then I feel like this journey will be just the one for you. And if you have, and you're a seasoned basher / crank, well, I think you'll be in for a treat. Honestly, you know, it's a bit of a tough pill to swallow not going to Kyle, but the thing that's kind of the saving grace for me is that it's 025 being handed the baton from 403 on the same train to another Highland location.
I think you're being very positive. I'm gutted for you because I know how much you wanted to get there. And we've been up there, and of course now I'm bought into that idea as well. But as long as you are being sincere, and I believe you are, then I'm on board completely.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy that we're going somewhere with it. It's still the West Highlands. We're nearly at Kyle. We're still going to be behind 025 with fellow bashers, real ale. We're going to be flailing, shouting, sing to Daddy, maybe.
Sing to Daddy.
Will the engine roar into life or bring a stony silence? We Save the Train continues, brand new next Tuesday night at 9 on Quest. There's a vintage British convertible in the offing next though, in Shed and Buried Classic Cars.